Lopez from Allison Commercial and Residential Contractors, LLC. I am here today to show you how to do rounded corners. This is what they look like right here. They are what's in right now. Everybody's wanting them. They're a little unique to the regular corner because they're rounded, and this is what makes the sheetrock edge, as you can see there. Rather than it being square, it's rounded. Here's another example right here. This is going into a walk-in shower that we're building right now in a really nice house over here in Biloxi, Mississippi. We added these rounded corners. It's really looking good. It's not finished yet. It's gonna look a lot better when we're done, and I'll show you pictures at the end. Here is another example of the rounded corners. We cut the arch in there to give it some open feeling. It's going to be a little office area. Here is another example of the rounded corners. If you want to get rounded corners, give us a call. I'll show you a good corner that you would need in order to get these on properly. If you look at this corner right here, this is actually a doorway, but we're going to use this drywall. You want to set it back a little bit, because if you was to do square corners, you'd still set it back just a little bit if you know what you're doing, because you don't want these corners to be sticking out over and then the corner's going to look all crazy. So what you want to do is you want to set it right to the edge. As you can see, want to gauge it, come over about, I don't know, 1/4 inch all the way down. So when you install your corners, as you can see, they come long sticks, 8 foot long. They're rounded instead of the traditional squared corner. And what you do is, so I'm gonna get a shot for you. You got your corners on there, right? It's set back like I told you, about a 1/4 inch back. So it almost looks ugly when you're done. But what this does is it gives you room for this corner. As you can see, it sits on there properly. And then you screw it off, and that's how it looks when you're finished. You screw it off, about every 8 inches or so. Sometimes you might need to add more screws if you got a bad corner. That way, it actually sits on there nice and snug, as you can see. If you had the corner like this, for example, where it's flush to the edge, let's see if I can see it. All right, you see how it's flush to the edge? It makes a square corner. Well, when you sit your corner on there, this is what happens. See, you see that play I got? I try to set it down, I screw it off here, and then you got a gap over here. Then I screw it off over here, and you got a gap here, and then it ends up bending it out. You don't want to do that. So if you set your corners in, like I said, it'll work.
It looks like when you're done. Thanks a lot.